we've taken a lot of time.
This is what I don't like, you see. All day, I don't look at myself.
Yes.
It's the best way, and then all day I feel beautiful, I feel gorgeous.
God.
I sit down in front of this effing camera. This is why people shouldn't be on camera.
Lads, we look like the front room of a taxi rank in Corfu. With all these fans.
I've got to put something else on. I can't be showing all that.
Oh, Nads, my shot is OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Do you get it? I think you should do OnlyFans, Nads. We should do MILF. MILF content. I'd watch it.
So hot.
Nads.
What?
Are you up for it?
I don't even know what you're talking
I'll film you getting hot for OnlyFans. And what we'll do is we'll have a fan right next to you at full tilt, keeping you cool.
And then what?
And then you undress.
I don't think you realise, darlings, the rest of the world, I don't think you realise, darlings, the rest of the world, I'm now an old bag. Nobody wants to see me in OnlyFans.
You're an old bag. Babe, people would pay good money.
It's just because you would pay good money, darling. Nobody else is going to pay any money to see me. It's just you.
OnlyFans, you getting undressed in front of a fan.
Oh, I think I'll make things worse.
It's not a high concept.
Oh, I need to go to the loo again.
Oh, Nat.
Sorry.
Are you check your... Let me check your shot, Mr. Happy. I once wore this to the...
Don't like what I'm wearing here, either. Got to go upstairs.
Oh, can we film you?
No. Nobody wants to see me.
I know exactly what your bottom looks like going up the stairs. I once had a commissioning meeting with the controller of BBC One. And I kind of went in with a blazer and I hadn't thought about the t-shirt I was wearing, and I was wearing Mr. Happy. And she said, well, hopefully we've made you Mr. Happy because we got a commission, but I can't remember what it was or something. Yeah, oh fucking hell, I'm not Mr. Happy now, there's a fucking fly in the room. It was to get a fly out.
Yeah, but then close it. That's the entry point for these bloody flies.
Say entry point.
Entry point. Not only that, it's blazing heat being let
Oh,
into the
you've not done that.
What?
You're wearing a boyfriend's shirt. What is that?
Maddie gave it to me.
Oh my God, you've got nothing on underneath. I can't do this with you sat like that.
Well,
knowing
a
what's...
long way away. What does your shot look like to mine?
Mine's got OnlyFans in it.
Oh, you can't see those fans, can you?
That's fine.
Mark, take it down with awful.
Let's put this right near you.
Look like my Auntie Jamili's house in Jordan.
I just said it looks like a cab rank in Corfu.
Yeah.
That's better.
I checked this shop because
Oh.
when I looked at it the other day,
You're miles away and
I
you're
had
not
a
lit.
I had a massive head and you had a small.
Push your chair forward. Well, because you leant forward in the chair.
Darling.
Oh, God. Just so you know, on YouTube, Michelle always cuts this part of the podcast off for listening purposes, because you wouldn't know what... You wouldn't see right now the growler that's facing me.
Mark!
Oh, just...
Have you got the information on this?
No.
Well, what? Who's got the information?
Oh, we'll have to stop and I'll have to...
Oh, hang on.
Grab my
Are we
computer.
using the Guardian?
No, I've got a different one. Yeah,
God.
hang on. Let me send it to you.
I don't want to read.
Okay, grab my computer.
Oh, fucking hell, Mark.
Sorry.
I never said I wanted to be treated as an equal. I said I wanted to be treated as a
Oh.
but only in the bits that I want. I think
I've inherited your vomit bug. I just suddenly feel really sick.
I've just had a cocculus and it's really, really
I beg your pardon.
Cocculus, have one. If you feel disrupted.
Can you explain what a cocculus is?
A homeopathic remedy. Have one. I just had one. It's a miracle. No, it's there on the side. Hello and welcome to How to Stay Married So Far. Mark has got an absolutely petrifying proposition to apparently make all of our married lives better.
We're not going to talk about that.
Mark, shush.
We're getting on with it.
We have a members area, and last night in the members area, Mark brought up this topic because it was in the papers.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd go into it in a bit more depth.
Yeah, Zoe, one of our followers, described the people who do this as, what did she call them? Whack jobs.
Whack
I think that
jobs.
was it. Okay, this is something called the 3-hour night rule.
No, 3 hour, but no, it's not called that.
It is, it's the 3-hour night rule.
No, 3 hour
Rule.
marriage night rule.
Yeah, but different
It's
people...
for people that are in marriages or relationships. It's not...
Are you going to correct me? I thought, I'm
This
telling
is
you
a-
what this is. I'm no longer Mr. Happy. I'm now Mr. Krabby.
God, I'm so glad I changed into this
Oh,
shirt.
Nad. And the fact that you're doing a Sharon Stone all the way through this is quite something.
Oh, it's hot.
I know. But
Okay.
she looks very lonely.
Get on with it. Explain
Can I
it.
just say, just before we crack on, we were going to do the good, the bad, the the ugly. Sorry, just hungry. The good, the bad, the ugly. And one of the goods I wanted to say was your statement in Nadia Unfiltered. Please check out the playlist that I'm going to pop up there now, where you were in the bath. And our daughters have said that their friends have said you've created an iconic statement,
Oh,
which was something along the lines of scared of the muff, scared of the woman.
the man that fears the muff fears the woman.
Much
and
better,
the man
huh?
that fears the woman will not be with you through sickness and in health.
It's almost, I'm going to say something now, you might not know what it is, Aristotelian.
Well, somebody put under there, is this Shakespeare? Just came to me while I was looking at my balding muff. This is what nobody could answer,
Okay.
right? If Generation Z, is that what they're called? Yeah, Gen Z.
I think so.
If Generation Z
Gen
don't
Alpha
have
now.
muffs, does
Yes.
anyone muff dive? Do they get muff diven?
Well, you can have a muff
But
without
then-
hair, right?
But then a muff.
Is a muff the hair?
Muff is the hair
Oh,
because you're diving into
God, I
the
suddenly
muff.
want a blueberry muffin.
But apparently, the reason no Gen Z answered that is because they don't even know what muff diving is.
What? So no one's doing a bit of the old cunnilingus?
No, Mark, don't say that. We say muff diving because we don't like to hear the word cunnilingus.
Rug munching, that's another one.
Oh, God. Right, stop.
Well, no, hang on, but muff diving. Is muff dive...
This has gone off topic.
No, I know, but I think it's quite nice. The first time someone muff dived you, was it a shock?
I have no memory whatsoever. It wasn't cataclysmic
It wasn't cataclysmic. I'm pleased it wasn't cataclysmic.
or catastrophic.
Yeah. I got scared the first time I did that. I felt scared.
Why were you rubbish?
No, I just felt a bit... It's kind of awkward, isn't it? It's difficult to get down there because the man's appendage sticks out, whereas you've got to nuzzle in.
What do you mean it sticks out?
Well, it sticks out the body, so it's easy to...
Oh, you've got to
lock-
muscle in.
Well, you've
I
got to
don't
get-
think that sounds very nice. I don't think you should talk about this too much because when people are watching you on Coffee Moaning, they're going to be thinking about you having to muscle in.
Okay, so the 3-hour night rule has been a game changer
marriage.
for my marriage, says this article in the Metro, a subsequent one to the one that we were talking about.
Oh.
Remember, Sarah?
Okay.
Coming home from work, you kiss your partner hello, crash out on the sofa until you muster the energy to cook dinner and then
Yeah.
mindlessly watch TV and it's time for bed. That sounds idyllic.
That is what we do.
But repeating this same routine on a cycle, you might realise at the end of most evenings together that you've barely caught up with one another. It's doing little for your connection. So for one woman, the so-called 3-hour night rule is the antidote to this modern day relationship dilemma. And it's been, she says, a complete game changer for her marriage. But what is the 3-hour night rule? Do you want to elucidate on it?
Well, so what it seems to be is you come home, right? If you've got kids, you get the kids to bed. If you're not kiddie, I suppose you would do things like cook a meal or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next 3 hours is for you and for your relationship. So how you break that up is up to you. But the girl that I was watching on TikTok, so the first hour, they
It's
do
productive.
things.
Yes.
So that might be like, I know, sorting out the wash, thinking about finances, maybe fixing a light bulb, the things that need to be done.
Putting up a blind.
A blind that you ordered 5 years
Yes.
ago on next day delivery.
Yes.
Fixing a chest of drawers.
Yes.
things like that. So that's the first hour, right? Second hour could be something like sex.
Wow.
Sex, having a bath together.
Well, actually, no, they said having a shower.
Having a shower together.
Which I think brings us to muff diving quite quickly, doesn't it?
I mean, who wants to have a shower together? I mean,
Do
come
people
on.
still have showers together?
I mean, come on. Like when you're younger and you see it in films and stuff, you think, oh, that's a good idea. Have you ever enjoyed having a shower with anyone?
I've got a really interesting story to tell you about the first time I had a shower with a woman. I hope this doesn't. First time I had a shower with a woman, we were showering, and she spun round in the shower holding...
A loofah. Was it?
No.
Was it a loofah?
No, to see if you can guess, what was she holding?
So it was up like that. Not
I was-
back brush.
No, not a loofah, not a back brush.
Vibrator?
Almost. She was holding a soap in the shape of an erect
Oh, that's
penis.
the first thing I was going to say. Was it Gianni Fidanchi shampoo? It's totally in the shape of a penis, the bottle.
No, it was literally a soap in the shape of a penis.
Oh, it was a penis?
It was a hard soap penis. Oh. Yeah, and she said, soap me up.
You're not.
I'm not.
This is a fantasy.
I'm not.
Mark,
I
this
remember
is
it happened in Goldhawk Road. I'll remember the day because I remember being at the bus stop on the...
Goldhawk Road?
Yeah, where they lived. I remember getting the bus back to home via Shepherd's Bush, and I remember standing at the bus stop, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I was cross-eyed at what had just passed.
So you did enjoy showering together?
Yes. That's why I think I am
I
forever...
think you're lying.
No, that is why I'm forever
think-
kind of reaching out for it, because I actually, if I'm really
Reaching
honest...
out for what?
us to shower together. I'd love it. I love the suds. I like the soap. I love the way the water just bounces off you. I love the fact that you can nuzzle into each other's necks. It's lovely.
Mark, you're trying to make out you're such a confident person. That's what you'd be like in the shower. Let's face it, that is not what you'd be like.
Where I'm not confident is lifting people up and ploughing them against the wall and all that stuff. It's a bit hard. So what about you and showers?
I mean, I
Have
think
you
the
never had
thing
a
is
shower?
that showers, you should not try and have intercourse in a shower. This is what people think
Well, you
they have
break
to
your
do.
neck.
Because when you see it in a movie,
Yeah.
it's in a movie, but the reality of it is something very different. Unless you've got a very tiny woman that you can pick up.
Or unless...
And you've got a grip mat on the floor so you don't slip.
there are so many other major considerations
Look
as
how
well.
easily you could kill someone by
No,
trying to have sex
absolutely.
in the shower. You know, the shower is a very dangerous place.
Your glass panel has to be profoundly
No.
attached to the
Of course
ceiling.
you don't go to the glass
No,
panel,
you
you
do.
go to the wall.
No, you
Why
don't.
do you go to the glass?
Because whenever you
you
see it in films,
God,
you've got
it's
the
all
buttocks
porn.
bouncing. It's not porn. It's American
No,
Werewolf
no,
in London.
no.
That was the moment for me. American Werewolf in London, where Jenny Agutter is in the shower, and it's a wonderful time for a moon dance. It's one of the most erotic scenes in cinema.
Don't remember it.
Then he turns into a wolf. I was told by my homeopath the other day I have wolf-like tendencies. I drink like a wolf, eat like a wolf, and I go mad once a month.
With phallic-shaped soaps.
Yeah, so she prescribed lycanthropy, not lycanthropy, what's it, lycoposis?
I'm trying to think who lived in Goldhawk Road.
Don't guess. So you've never enjoyed sex, and so that hour, which is for us, that's easy. You can't do that if you've got kids in the house, though, can you?
Yeah, but okay, so imagine you haven't got kids in the house. You do it on a night
Right.
that you know your kids are.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for that hour? Because the final hour is time to take individually for yourself with no guilt.
And I feel like you're most attracted to that one. It's really quite...
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
No, but it does. The second hour doesn't have to all be sex.
No.
Sex would be in it. I mean, who
Yes.
does sex for an hour anyway?
Yeah, that's true.
So like this girl, they play couples games.
Yes.
And they do things like you use cards where couples ask questions of each other. Something like, if there was one thing you could change in your marriage, what would it be?
Yeah, they say things like going to get anything that's going to get you guys talking,
Yeah.
connecting,
Yeah, go on.
debriefing
So if there's one
from
thing
the
you
day.
could change in your marriage, what would it be? Talking points. So there's a talking point we might do in that
Right.
second hour. What would you say?
What am I answering that question? Ask me again, sorry.
If there's one thing you could change in your marriage, what would it be?
That
Only
we-
one thing.
That we had sex in the shower. Look, I was just sharing with the guys.
Mark,
What?
I want you to not be performative around this.
I'm
Do
not.
you actually want to have sex in the shower?
Yes. Sorry, I don't know how. I'm not being performative at all.
I don't think you should put this in.
Why?
Because the girls.
But babe, we're not doing it, are we? It's not like this is ever happening or happened. And plus, that glass panel
How come
will
you have
collapse.
never ever said to me that this is one of your things?
Because whenever I've said it, you've gone, oh no, with it before I've even got the sentence out. And what happens with you is often when your mouth opens, your ears shut. Sometimes has its benefits. What would you like to do with that hour? When she goes this quiet, it's always scary. My heart's pounding. I don't know why.
What would one want to do in that hour? Well, let's go through the hours. With the first
productive hour.
With the productive hour. What would
Tidy
you
the
like
kitchen.
to do in the productive hour?
I find it really therapeutic. I do enjoy when it's just focused and one's not squeezing it in around everything else. I'll clean the kitchen. It's a lovely effect. I'll wash up. Don't like using the dishwasher. Tidy the kitchen. I'd like to do that.
You wouldn't like to put the blind on?
That is not me muff diving anyone. That was that dog having a drink. Sorry?
So you wouldn't want to do that?
I would. For the productive hour.
No, the blind going up that we.
Oh, the blind going up could go up, but I know that won't happen in an hour.
But what about financial things and having discussions about plans? You know how couples have discussions
Bills
about
and stuff like that.
plans. That's like, you know, what holiday might we go on next year, or what's the plan for the garden?
But wouldn't that be within
We never do those sort of planning talks.
No, because they're boring.
So
They're really boring. Just as
I
you
don't want
said
to do
it.
them. I don't like.
So what I recommend is that we nick half an hour of the first hour.
No, you're not allowed to do that.
And we have an hour and a half of our shared
Of
time.
the second hour.
Yeah.
No, we've got to do an hour.
Are we going to vlog trying to do this? I mean, I can't. What else can one do other than tidy? That
Well,
first.
do they not say what else they do in there?
Well, no. In that first hour, they do
Productive.
productive things: clean up of the kitchen, sort out stuff they've accumulated throughout the
Yeah,
day,
I'd like to do that.
do things
Sort
that
out-
they've been putting off, which would
Yes.
be like the blind.
Yes, I would like that.
See, I think it's interesting, isn't it? Of the 3 hours that I think you're most excited about the hour where we get things done that we haven't done for a while, and the hour at the end where you're on your own listening to podcasts. And I don't know how to take that, because my favourite hour is wanting to be
It's
boning you
middle
in the shower for an hour and a half. Shh. What? There's no kids in the house.
The doors
This is
are
the
open.
joy of empty nest.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
No,
how do we
okay,
square
no,
that
okay.
circle?
Let's go into the second hour, right? Let's be in the second hour. We've
Please.
had 5 minutes
Yes.
of la-di-da, right? So then what are we going to do for the next 55 minutes?
Wait a bit and we can
That's
have another
fun.
5
No,
minutes.
shut up.
What?
No, that is
Yes.
fun.
What, for us?
It's supposed to be fun time.
You know what I'd quite like to do? And this is
I think we should do something where we're not talking.
what's wrong with you? You
Because
don't
we
want to talk
talk
to
all
me.
the
You don't want to
time.
have sex with me. You don't want to...
No, but something silly, not something cerebral, not something, you know, productive. I think it should be an unproductive time. Okay, so if we've been productive for a whole hour,
Meditation.
let's be unproductive.
Tantric sex.
No.
No? Okay. Yoga?
No.
Just trying to think of things that are us together. Oh, sorry, we're keeping you up. I can't think of anything, Nat.
My God, we can't think of anything to have fun for an hour.
If someone's given... Okay, let me just ask this question of our followers. If you've got an hour, say, for sexiness, no one has sex for an hour. Do they?
Well,
What?
so maybe one is supposed to be more date-like.
Yeah.
So still have sex for just 5 minutes, but do something for 55 minutes before. Like, I saw this post the other day where this woman said, every single day, me and my husband make out before we go to bed.
Just got an erection again.
Mark, stop
This
it.
is
It's not
terrible.
nice for people.
It's awful.
Mark!
What? Because I immediately just think of you.
Mark!
I don't know what to do.
Stop it.
I'm trapped in a cage of emotion.
Stop.
They make out for an hour. Could you imagine us making out for an hour?
No, not for an hour.
Not for an hour, for 10 minutes.
But
even.
maybe just being nice to each other. Maybe just being like really like...
Listening to each other.
Yeah. Or
It
like
sounds really naff, but...
hugging or just like...
Why do you sound...
Being.
I hugged you this morning, and when I lay on you from behind, I was holding you, and it was such a nice feeling, just feeling our chests against each other. And then I poked my head over to see what you were up to, and you were on your phone, and you were tapping away, and there was something on Instagram. You were looking at something. You were researching coffee moaning, and
I was.
And then I said, I actually did this, guys. I said I really love the feeling of just your chest breathing. And there was a long pause, and I thought, oh, she's breathing, and then you went, huh? I can't hear you, you know? Yeah, I can't. And then I looked, and there was a new white thing in her ear. I was like, I've had a whole moment here. Honestly, babe, there are many moments
where we were running late and I was getting ahead.
But babe, I have many mindful moments with you in my head, and then I share them with you, and you turn around like this, often like cheeky.
So do I.
You go
and
like
what
this.
do I get?
You go
what?
like this.
Yes, I'm just going to feel this. I'm going to just
No, you
finishing
go like this. You
editing.
go. What?
That's what you're like. So,
This isn't going well. Where have we got to phubbing?
Because I fobbed you this morning with my phone.
And I tried to fob you.
So
Even
I fobbed
phubbing.
you.
I'll take phubbing. It sounds great.
So, this is the thing. Don't forget, for these 2 hours, we do not have our phones on.
Right. How about cooking together?
And we were talking the other day on Loose Women about phubbing.
Yes.
And, you know, I was saying it's things as well, isn't it? Like, within a marriage, the little breakdowns of communication, because they were saying phubbing is having a massive effect on marriages. Did you just try and look up between my legs?
You know, I heard a crow, and I actually thought it was your nun.
Ma!
I thought you made a sound. Did you hear the...
That is disgusting.
Okay, go on.
It was a crow. That was a crow, not my vagina. Surprisingly. Is it... Right, so... God. I don't even know if they can hear that.
I don't know how you're doing it, but it's very impressive.
The micro...
Phubbing, yeah.
I was I was saying it's the micro relationship moments. So for instance, you're making a cup of tea, you're boiling the kettle, you're just still checking your phone. Now, before phones, that would be a little conversation that a couple have. But it's very odd for us because we actually talk more than any couple that I would know because of we work together, because we spend a lot of time together, we like talking to each other. So I'm never too sure about that because I like, say you go over there to make a coffee, I go over to make a cup of tea. We'll have been talking from 7 a.m. till 9:30 before we go live with Coffee Moaning. So in a way, the breaks from the conversation between us, I think is quite good because we are very intense. Like people that spend time around us say, oh my God, it's so intense because we're like that all the time.
I would say that...
So moments of silence together, if we're doing that hour, like...
But if we're not on our phones, what would we be doing?
No. So say for instance...
Anxiety.
We were having a hug.
Yeah.
Right. So we would just have to try and sit with that longer than a minute.
Yeah.
And it's not because we don't want to hug each other, but our brains are very ADHD and we're jumping around and it's like, what's happening next or who's going to walk in or whatever.
Well,
So I think that hour, sort of, you know, if you set 5 minutes aside for and then you've got 55 minutes, maybe it is around phone time, phone-free time together, but not necessarily in mad conversation.
I would argue, though, that I think a lot of our conversation, and we do struggle with it, even when we've been like, we were in Devon recently and we had moments, obviously we have moments when we're away where we can stop and our phones go down and there's no reception and it's really quite stressful and suddenly I can't upload. And no, I'm joking. I mean, we do have moments, but I do think most of the conversation we have with each other, even when it's in what we would prescribe or say is downtime, it's always got an agenda of some form. It always has to have a purpose. Like, it's a conversation about this. Have you seen this? Have you heard this? in service of, we've become very sort of involved in the activist movement around Palestine. We've become incredibly politically aware. These are things that interest us.
But these are, So say there was a couple and we love our work.
Yeah.
So
and we've managed to make our work what we, exactly.
Like we would say, try and make your hobby your job. So for us to go, oh God, we're talking about work. We're not really. We're talking about the things that we're passionate about. And a lot of people don't have a conversation because they may know nothing about each other's work and not want to hear anything about work and may not have anything. And, the other thing is because of the way that our brains work, we will start on one conversation, then we'll go to another, and then that will fire off something else. And it's like, is that actually wrong? No. I sometimes feel like, it's wrong because that's not what we're supposed to be doing. So what are we supposed to be talking about?
Well, going back to this thing that you said at the beginning in the setup, I remember when you used to put lights on me and when you were directing me. I mean, our lives have changed. Most of our content now is social media content. The problem with social media content is that it's an evolution and it sort of slips into our day-to-day lives. Our shows happen around the table, lots of our content is about our lives, it's about our emotions, this, all that. So in a weird way, I don't have the opportunity in that work capacity to pull you in the way. And I think in these conversations that we could have, we both have our interests that are also outside of what we work on and do. So those interests might be around matters of health or lifestyle or mindfulness or film or art or literature and all those kind of things. And I think we don't allow ourselves the time for each other to bring those things to each other as much as we used to.
So maybe we go back to what we quoted many, many times over the years on the channel, around the first time we were, every marriage guidance council we went to, where you set a timer and you talk individually for that amount of time about anything. So say you wanted to talk about a piece of art you'd seen, say for instance. So you would just talk about that. Now, the other person, like me, wouldn't have to answer you.
No.
It's about listening. It's not about waiting to answer. So maybe the good thing to do, to twist it a bit away from the marriage guidance, is actually actively say not to answer it. So you might talk for 3 minutes about something, I talk about 3 minutes, but we don't actually answer. Because then you get back to really listening to a person.
No, and I agree. And I also think, although we've often said that this podcast helps us with problems or issues or misunderstandings or things that perhaps we haven't felt confident to say outside of because we're doing this, we can do it here. And sometimes we've talked about this process that we got from couples counselling of giving each other 2 minutes really to offload one's concerns or issues about the relationship. I think you're right. I think there's something to be said for having 2 to 3. For example, I know I would love to just talk to you for 2 or 3 minutes about, say,
your
for
penis.
example, no. Say, for example, the creative process of
phallic-shaped soap.
No, the other day when I was editing my film, I was going through so many thoughts and processes. Just because it's filmmaking, I'm not wanting to talk to you about filmmaking because there's parts of that I know don't interest you and you're not expert on. But there were thoughts and feelings and considerations that came out of that day's editing that really made that day really meaningful and struck me and elevated my experience of the day. And I would have liked to have just shared that with someone because it's quite a lonely process at that point, editing a film. I'm not talking to my composer. I'm not talking to an online editor. I'm not talking to anyone else. And I would have been able to have just 3 minutes. And again, you don't need to come back to me on that.
Well,
but
I think
you might end up.
You might
Hang on, let me just finish. You might end up being surprised by how much connection you find with some of the things an editing filmmaker's going through.
I think that's a very good example because, and this isn't a criticism of you, this is a fact of you. And again, I think a lot of this comes from your childhood and wanting is that sometimes when you're talking about things that you're passionate about, it can feel very eggshelly about the response. Like the response has got to be right. Like the response, you weren't interested enough or you didn't ask a question, you didn't So sometimes it's a bit anxiety inducing when you start talking something because I feel like you're approaching it thinking you're not going to want to hear this. So it's actually a really good example of it because it's like, yes, I can just actually listen without thinking, am I going to answer this in a way that Mark's going to feel satisfied, that I've listened in the right way, understood it in the right way, empathised for it in the right way. So that's a really good example.
Yeah, and I think I'm not defining what our interests in this reductive way. But say,
Yeah.
for example, in that manner, on that topic, if I knew this was a moment where we could talk about something, it isn't about whether you come back, say anything or not, but I know that you're going to hear for the 3 minutes, and I'm not trying to kind of get this information in. Often it's not the right moment, and you're right. I'll then think, oh, she's not into the idea of the film because she didn't have a response.
Because you're so sensitive about it.
But also because you're doing a million other things at the same time, and we all are.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a good idea. I think we're better than the marriage guidance counsellors because what we've decided is to say you're not allowed to answer. You know, and then maybe in that hour as well, but maybe people that like are really struggling with their sex life, you say we're definitely not going to have sex, but we're going to have connection in another way. Maybe that is making out. Maybe that is you know, listening to each other. Okay, so then the final hour.
Alone time.
Yes,
doing your own thing.
I think, remember, the whole 3 hours is about not having your phone.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. So you can't go off and listen to a podcast?
No.
What would you do?
Well, that would always be different. You know, I mean, like, sometimes I might... Like this
Read.
morning, I went and had that lovely stretch just by myself in the room. It was so nice. So sometimes I might want to do that. I'll have to do it without any music because I can't have my phone. But
you can get music
then
from
other
other
times
sources.
I might want to read. You know, it might be something where we do actually read, because there isn't going to be somebody else looking at their phone and going, "Oh, look what I've just seen." So I think as long as it's without a phone, has to be without the phone.
Yeah, I mean, like for example,
like I'm going to say something radical. I think we need to get a home phone back, and I'll tell you why. Because. And it's over the years listening to all the excuses from loose women as well. Always comes up, but what if my kids need me? Removing the home phone has aided and abetted and given everyone the denial excuse for phone addiction.
Well, it allows us to keep them on every night because we're worried about hearing from the kids. Yeah.
So actually, it's a terrible way because you've got to keep your phone on. You've possibly got to get woken up. So bringing a home phone back into the situation means that's your emergency phone.
I will spend most of my night not being able to sleep thinking I've heard the landline go though.
No, you make sure you've got a very loud landline.
Right, yeah. I also do think, just going back to, I agree, I think yeah, I mean, for example, I went into the front room, I can't remember, a couple of weeks ago, I posted a couple of stories of the dogs, and I literally just threw on an old jazz album, a couple of jazz albums I haven't listened to for a while, and purposefully wasn't on my phone apart from filming the dogs, but was in there just chilling and just.
That's the other thing, though. You can start to get downtime, and you go, "Oh, but that's so beautiful. Oh, that's so cute with the dogs." We've learned that everything that we do, and this isn't just people that. I mean, when we're doing this, we're not necessarily doing it for content. It's like, "Oh, this is a lovely moment. I want to show the girls this. Oh, this is a lovely moment. I want to show Mark this." Well, how about just saying there was a lovely moment?
I've just realised we can't vlog this because there's no phones. That's difficult. We were going to vlog this for you guys, but we can't.
We'd have to say how
You'd have
it
to
went.
fix rig it.
No, we'd have to say how it went.
Yeah. So, going back to the middle one where you're intimate, did you just say you don't have to have sex?
Yeah, you don't have to have sex. You could
Okay.
have, if people are, right, so if sex has become something that's a chore for somebody, then make it a time for reconnection, maybe cuddling, kissing, talking to each other. If you do have a relatively good sex life, why not do other things in that hour, making out or doing whatever, that don't involve an orgasm?
All right. Jesus, I wasn't expecting that word then. Suddenly hit me.
What?
Orgasm.
Right, I think it's time to turn this camera off.
Okay, well there you go, guys.
All right, guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, leave a comment if you can. It helps us to help you by keeping you company, and it will let you know how the middle hour went.
The 3 hours feels like almost it's too long.
It's just 3 times a week.
You do 3 hours 3 times a week.
Well, I think we should just do once a week first and see how we go.
Maybe on a Sunday.
No, not a Sunday, because Sunday's a day off.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to stop being fucking productive.